Most people misunderstand no contact because they approach it emotionally instead of philosophically. They treat it like a move in a game, a way to trigger regret, create curiosity, or regain leverage. Stoicism rejects this mindset completely. No contact is not about influencing someone else's feelings. It is about defining your own standards and refusing to violate them. It is not a tactic. It is a line you draw for yourself. When no contact is used as a strategy, it is still attachment wearing discipline as a disguise. You go silent, but your attention stays locked on the outcome. You check your phone, you replay conversations, you count days and interpret silence. That kind of no contact is unstable because it is fueled by hope and fear. Stoicism teaches that strength is not silence, it is detachment. The Stoic man does not withdraw to be noticed. He withdraws because continued access would cost him his self-respect. Drawing this line is not emotional, it is principled. It does not require anger, explanations, or dramatic exits. It is a quiet decision to stop engaging in situations that diminish you. Stoicism teaches that dignity is not defended with words, it is protected with boundaries. No contact is not something you announce, it is something you live. This is where most people struggle. They want to explain their silence so it will be understood. But Stoicism teaches that self-respect does not need to be understood to be valid. The moment you start explaining your absence, you turn a boundary into a negotiation. The Stoic man refuses to negotiate his worth. In this video, you're going to understand why no contact is not manipulation, why it restores dignity faster than closure conversations ever could, and why the calm man who chooses silence is not running away. He is standing firm. If this resonates, like the video, comment that you're choosing self-respect over attachment, subscribe to Stoic Blessing, and turn on notifications to officially become a Stoic soldier. Because discipline begins the moment you stop explaining your worth. Weak men approach no contact as if it were a lever they can pull to control emotion. They go silent, but their mind stays glued to the outcome. They check their phone compulsively. They watch stories. They reread old messages. They count days and look for signs. Their silence is filled with expectation. Stoicism teaches that this is not discipline, it is attachment pretending to be strength. This version of no contact is unstable because it depends on hope. Hope that absence will create panic. Hope that silence will trigger regret. Hope that the dynamic will reverse without any inner transformation. Stoicism warns against hope when it replaces action and self-command. Hope keeps you emotionally tethered to someone who is no longer choosing you. You are quiet externally, but internally, you are still reacting to every imagined signal. The Stoic man understands that if silence is used to provoke, it is still manipulation, even if it feels justified. True self-respect does not need an audience. He does not monitor reactions or interpret silence as progress. He accepts the possibility that nothing may happen at all, and it is that acceptance that gives no contact its strength. There is a clear difference between silence rooted in fear and silence rooted in principle. Fear watches. Principle moves on. Stoicism teaches that peace comes from detachment, not suspense. When you stop using no contact as a tool to get something, it stops being fragile. It becomes final. This is why weak men break no contact early. The pressure of expectation becomes unbearable. They reach out to relieve anxiety, not to act with dignity. The Stoic man does not feel this pressure because he is not waiting for an outcome. He has already chosen himself, and once that choice is made, silence is no longer a tactic. It is simply the natural result of self-respect. Every conversation after a breakup is a negotiation, even when it doesn't look like one on the surface. Who explains more? Who apologizes? who reassures, who still has access. Stoicism teaches that the moment you enter emotional negotiation, dignity begins to erode. No contact ends that negotiation completely. There is no more explaining, no more clarifying, no more reopening wounds that were trying to close on their own. As long as contact continues, the emotional dynamic stays alive. You negotiate meaning, tone, and intention with every exchange. One message creates hope, another creates confusion. Stoicism teaches clarity through finality. No contact removes the gray area where emotional bargaining thrives. It replaces chaos with a clean line. This is over, and I will not dilute that truth with conversation. This is why no contact feels so uncomfortable at first. Negotiation feels familiar. It gives the illusion of control. Silence removes that illusion. You are no longer trying to manage how the other person feels about you or the breakup. Stoicism teaches that you are not responsible for someone else's emotional processing. No contact enforces that truth. When emotional negotiation ends, something powerful happens. Your energy stops leaking into a situation that cannot be fixed with words. You stop trying to land on the right ending. You accept reality as it is, and acceptance, in Stoic philosophy, is the doorway to peace. No contact closes the conversation so healing can finally begin without interruption. Every message sent after the breakup costs something. Not all at once, but gradually. One emotional check-in, one explanation meant to clear things up. One moment where you reach out just to feel okay again. Stoicism teaches that self-respect erodes quietly through these small concessions. No contact stops that erosion immediately. It draws a firm line where dignity is no longer up for trade. When you continue contact, you begin measuring yourself through responsiveness. Did they reply? How fast? With what tone? Your worth starts shifting outward, tethered to reactions you cannot control. Stoicism teaches that self-respect must be internal to be stable. No contact pulls your center of gravity back inside. You stop asking to be chosen. You stop auditioning for reassurance. You stand where you are, without apology. This is not about pride, it is about alignment. When your actions contradict your values, confidence fractures. No contact restores alignment by ending behavior that undermines your standards. You stop doing things that make you feel smaller just to ease discomfort. Over time, that restraint rebuilds trust with yourself, and self-trust is the foundation of calm strength. As days pass, something subtle changes. You carry yourself differently. You are less reactive, less available to emotional pull. Others may sense it, or they may not, but it no longer matters. Stoicism teaches that self-respect does not require recognition to be real. No contact preserves it in silence, and silence is often where dignity grows strongest. Words can confuse, soften, and delay acceptance. Explanations create narratives. Promises keep doors half open. Stoicism teaches that truth does not need language, it needs space. When you go no contact, behavior becomes the only language left. And behavior, unlike words, cannot hide for long. Some people respect the boundary immediately, others test it. Some disappear quietly, others panic and reach out. You don't need to interpret intent. Reaction reveals everything. No contact removes illusion. As long as communication continues, you can believe stories about what someone might feel, might want, or might realize someday. Silence strips those stories away. What remains is reality, expressed through action or inaction. Stoicism teaches observation over imagination. The Stoic man does not ask who someone is. He watches what they do when access is removed. This is uncomfortable because truth often conflicts with hope. But hope without evidence is attachment in disguise. No contact protects you from living in that disguise. It shows you whether respect was genuine or conditional, whether connection was mutual or convenient. And once seen, truth simplifies decisions that used to feel impossible. The Stoic man does not chase clarity through conversation. He allows clarity to arrive through absence. No contact lets reality speak uninterrupted. And reality, even when painful, is always easier to heal from than illusion. Healing cannot begin while stimulation continues. Every message, every update, every emotional exchange keeps the wound active. Stoicism teaches that peace requires distance, not distraction. No contact removes the trigger that reactivates pain. Without new emotional input, your nervous system finally begins to settle. Thoughts slow, emotional spikes fade. You stop reliving the breakup in real time. This stage often feels empty at first. The noise is gone, and what remains is discomfort. Stoicism does not promise comfort. It teaches endurance. The Stoic man understands that healing is not dramatic. It is quiet, repetitive, and often boring. But it works. Each day of no contact reinforces self-command. You learn that urges rise and fall without needing to be obeyed. As healing begins, clarity follows. You stop obsessing over meaning and start noticing reality. You see where you compromised yourself. You see patterns you ignored, not with shame, but with honesty. Stoicism teaches that honest reflection is the foundation of growth. No contact creates the mental space required for that reflection. This is why healing feels impossible without distance. As long as contact continues, the mind stays reactive. No contact ends reaction and invites restoration. It is not fast, but it is real. And real healing does not come from closure conversations. It comes from silence that allows the mind to rebuild itself steadily, without interference. Attachment survives on access. As long as communication remains open, emotional dependence has something to feed on. Stoicism teaches independence of mind, the ability to remain steady without leaning on another person for emotional regulation. No contact removes that support immediately. When access ends, dependence weakens, and both people are forced to stand on their own emotional footing. At first, this feels unsettling. The mind looks for familiarity. It wants reassurance, connection, and the emotional rhythm it grew used to. Stoicism teaches that discomfort is the price of freedom. Each time you resist the urge to reach out, you prove to yourself that you can survive emotion without acting on it. Over time, those urges lose their authority. What once felt overwhelming becomes manageable. No contact also breaks the other person's dependence on you. If they were accustomed to your availability, your validation, or your presence as emotional support, that structure collapses. Stoicism teaches that it is not your responsibility to stabilize someone else's inner world. Silence returns that responsibility where it belongs. Growth cannot occur while dependence remains intact. This is where genuine strength is forged. Not through connection, but through separation. Not through reassurance, but through resilience. When emotional dependence dissolves, clarity takes its place. You are no longer bonded by habit or fear. You are free. And freedom, in Stoic philosophy, is the ability to remain grounded without needing anything external to feel whole. Many people want to look strong after a breakup. They want the other person to notice their absence, feel the weight of it, and interpret it correctly. Stoicism teaches something far more demanding: strength that does not need to be seen. No contact has nope announcement, nope explanation, and nope audience. It is quiet, grounded, and final. That is why it is real strength. When strength is performative, It collapses under pressure. You feel the urge to explain your silence, justify your distance, or hint at your growth. Stoicism rejects this impulse. The Stoic man understands that self-respect does not require validation. He does not threaten absence or dramatize withdrawal. He simply removes himself when standards are crossed. This kind of restraint communicates more than anger ever could. Silence backed by self-command carries weight because it is not reactive. It does not seek agreement. It does not seek acknowledgement. It exists whether anyone approves of it or not. And that independence is what gives it authority. No contact, when practiced this way, becomes effortless. You are not holding yourself back. You are aligned. You are not resisting contact. You are uninterested in what violates your peace. Stoicism teaches that the strongest men do not need to prove they are strong. Their actions are quiet, consistent, and rooted in principle. No contact is one of those actions. When no contact is rooted in self-respect, the outcome stops mattering. Whether they reflect, regret, reach out, or move on no longer controls your emotional state. Stoicism teaches detachment from outcomes and commitment to principle. You are not silent to get a result. You are silent because you decided what kind of man you will be regardless of the result. Most suffering after a breakup comes from waiting. Waiting for messages, waiting for clarity, waiting for signs that meant something. No contact ends the waiting. It closes the loop where your peace depended on someone else's behavior. Stoicism teaches that freedom begins the moment you stop outsourcing your emotional stability to external events. No contact makes that freedom possible. This is also where power quietly returns. When you are no longer invested in how the story ends, you move differently. You are calmer, less reactive, more grounded. You stop replaying scenarios in your head and start living in the present. The breakup becomes a chapter, not a cage. No contact does not guarantee reconciliation, and Stoicism does not promise it. What it guarantees is something more important: self-command. When outcomes become irrelevant, peace becomes stable. And stable peace is the highest form of strength, because it cannot be taken away by someone else's choice. No contact is not punishment. It is not manipulation. It is not a strategy designed to produce regret. Stoicism teaches that it is the final act of self-command. When you choose no contact, you are choosing to live in alignment with your standards instead of reacting to emotion. You are choosing discipline over impulse, dignity over desperation, and peace over chaos. The Stoic man does not announce this choice. He does not explain it. He lives it. Silence becomes the evidence of his resolve. He accepts whatever follows without needing to control it. Whether the other person understands, misinterprets, or never thinks about it again is irrelevant. His peace is no longer tied to their perception. This is where the journey completes. You stop revisiting the past and start building forward. You no longer seek validation for your restraint. You feel it internally as stability. Stoicism teaches that self-command is not loud, it is consistent. It shows up every day in small, disciplined choices that protect your inner state. If this message resonated, like the video, comment that you're choosing self-respect over attachment, subscribe to Stoic Blessing, and turn on notifications to officially become a Stoic soldier. Thank you for watching and walking the Stoic path, where no contact is not a tactic, but the sound of dignity being restored.